Okay, here we go. It's Nick B MTG here again for another league run through with a control deck. This time chosen 4-colour Uromnath. I've been playing a lot of Sultai recently, thought I'd mix it up a little bit to give this a go. I've tried this a few times, never really got on with it myself. Omnath seemed, I don't know, he's very good when you're ahead and you play him and then you play a fetch land and you get so much value. But I don't know, like the mana base seemed a bit dodgy to me. But we'll see. Willing to give it another go. I know a lot of people are doing very well with this deck at the moment. This is just a deck list I pulled straight off MTG Goldfish. So I thought that was a good place to start. Just chat about some of the advantages, disadvantages over Sultai. The big ones, obviously you get white and red instead of black. White is good for Path to Exile, although I'm not sure this is worth over push at the moment. Are there anything you really want to path instead of push? Like you can path Uro, but that doesn't feel the best. Then the red, obviously you get big Teferi, Omnath, and then little Teferi is one of the main reasons to be in white. This card's just so good. Against a lot of the these kind of decks, just means they can't counter any of your stuff. And then Renin 6 in red is really good. Like if this comes down turn 2, it can often, it just threatens to win the game by itself. So we'll give it a go. Standard win cons of Uro Omnath, and then Feel the Dead with Our Promise to potentially go and get them. So let's give it a go, run it through a league. There's a couple of decks waiting to try out. Want to give. I noticed that Sol Mulker did well over the weekend with a black-green rock deck. He's a big proponent of that. In fact, I think the creator of that, and I love that deck. So probably going to try giving that one a go at some point soon. And the other one is I'd like to give Jund another go. Another one of my favourite decks that hasn't been doing too well recently. And then the other one I've been playing a little bit of, just sort of messing around, is It Control? So blue-red, it's using Kiki-Jiki, the Searex Arch combo to win, as well as things like Crackling Drake. It's been quite fun. I'd like to explore that a bit more, I think, but at the moment just practicing for some of the bigger tournaments on Modo, so sort of playing the best decks. So let's get into round 1. So nice to be on the play here. I think we're going to keep this, so I don't know. So it's got 3 lands, which is good, and it's got a growth spiral, so we can growth spiral turn 2. It's got a removal spell. I think we'll keep. I'd like a mana leak, I guess. Let's have a look at our deck. Yeah, mana leak's at the early interaction. I have a feeling that you're meant to play this a bit more like a mid-range deck. There's less heavy control elements in there. You've got 3 mana leaks, 2 force, and 3 cryptics as your kind of counter spells, I guess. And then you're kind of using Jace to Fairy and all these cards to kind of mid-range people out. But I guess we'll see. So I think we're going to lead on Sculling Tarn here. Go and get. Essentially, you want to get Triome and then Triome. Might not be able to do that here because we're going to want to be able to Growth Spiral on turn 2. Flooded Strand immediately makes me think it's either this kind of deck, similar to what we're playing, or Spirits, but going and fetching a Godless Shrine for a Thoughtseize, I'm not sure what this is now. This implies Esper Control, Esper Mentor used to be a thing. Yeah, not sure. see what they take. If it's a creature deck, wouldn't be surprised to see Path. Big Teferi, so they take the 5 mana play. So yeah, we're just going to get a Triome here, making sure that it could cast. So we want to make sure that it could cast both Wrenn and 6 if we draw it, if not Growth Spiral next turn with the Misty Rainforest we've got. So it needs to get Mountain, Forest Island Mountain, or Tin Plains. I think we'll go and get either Mountain, Plains, and then next turn we'll go and get a Breeding Pool. Okay, we draw another fetch, so yeah, I'll play this land, playing the one that they know about from the Thoughtseize. See what my opponent does. If it's another Thoughtseize, I think I would Growth Spiral. You know, my opponent taking something like Hour of Promise isn't that bad for us, because we can Mystic Sanctuary it back. Okay, so this is Esper, so immediately we have to be careful of Teferi. Okay, so it's a Stoneforge deck. What are they going to go and get? Batterskull, maybe? Or a sword? So I guess the question is, do we path this Stoneforge Mystic? I kind of think we do. Although I don't think so yet, maybe. Because if we path this, they untap with 3 mana, or an extra mana. What we'll do is we'll path it in response. I suppose if they play Tide Hollow Skull their next turn, that's a bit awkward. Let's go ahead and Growth Spiral, get another land on, see what we draw. We could... Oh, Jace. Okay, so in this instance then, I'm a bit worried about Force. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to use this opportunity now. We are going to path. Because if we path... So we'll path this. If we can slam Jace and then they have an empty board, then we're pretty good then. Okay, so we draw another path. This isn't the worst. Mystic Sanctuary, I don't think we want anything else back. I don't think we want this Growth Spiral. No, we're after lands really now. So we're going to play this Jace. Hopefully they don't run Force of Negation. They don't, so we're going to draw some cards. Yeah, there's some pretty nice draws. So what are we not going to want? I guess what don't we want them to Thoughtseize? We don't mind them Thoughtseizing this Uro. So we're going to put... I think we'll go Mana Leak and then Hour of Promise. Mana Leak, I don't think we're going to want for a while. Hour of Promise, it just saves us from if they top deck a Thoughtseize, or they have a Thoughtseize in hand, or whatever, or a Tide Hollow Sculler. Just means that they can't get the Hour of Promise. Okay, so they're holding up. They can't play Cryptic Command. They haven't... Okay, so this is really good for us. So I'm going to draw 3 cards first, because I kind of... Oh, right, yeah. What don't we want here? So we can... I'm not sure we want another path. And then... this... I'll play a land. I don't think we want to fire off this Hour of Promise, because if it gets mana leaked, we're in a bit of trouble. We could Uro, but then we haven't got another spell to force in case we need to. I think we're better off holding up here. Jace is just going to win us the game. Thought Scour me. I mean, yeah, that's a deal. We didn't really want those cards. I guess my opponent thinking that I haven't cracked my fetch land, so I really don't know what this is. Thought Scour. It could be. Well, I mean, it's Esper Stoneblade, but we can always go and get Path if we need it. I've seen Esper Shadow lists running around, but it doesn't seem to have been for attacking their life total as aggressively. And Esper Shadow doesn't usually run the Stoneforge package. So we'll have to see what my opponent does here. Mana Leak looking fairly good. I think I'm happy with my decision to path that Stoneforge Mystic now, because we've now got Jace with kind of shields up. Hello Fountain. Shock. Let's see what my opponent does. Another Stoneforge isn't the worst. Okay, this is looking like a Teferi. Okay, so it is Esper Mentor. Not one I've seen for a while, but this Mana Leak proving pretty good here. Yeah, we'll definitely go ahead and counter that. Do I want to get Mana Leak back is the question. I don't think so. I think we'll just untap here. And then draw some cards. Okay, we find Ren and Six of Path. We're going to want to put that land back. And then we'll put Path back, and then we'll play a land, and we'll try and play Uro to draw that Path. We won't be able to put a land in, which is a bit annoying. Possibly should have tried to play Ren and 6. But I think this is fine. We've got Path up, we've got Force up. Yeah, because Mentor's the big one. Like if my opponent can land a Monastery Mentor, we're in a bit of trouble. Cling to Dusting my Uro is a little bit annoying, but I think that's fine. They burn a card from their hand because Cling to Dust doesn't draw them a card. We've got 3 cards in hand. One of them is Sword of Feast and Famine, so we're not caring about that at the moment. The top of my library is a land. Don't think we want to get a Mystic Sanctuary. So Teferi would be annoying, yeah. Okay, so it is Teferi. So we're going to have to try and counter this. So we'll get a... yeah, I think we'll just get an island. And then... How worried am I about my life total? We've got 1 red mana. I don't think I'm ever likely to need more than 1 red mana. I could get some... Haven't got much green actually, so yeah, another green land I think. So let's get a Stomping Ground and Shock. So if this is laid up with a Mana Leak, we're not too worried. We know one of the cards in their hand is Sword. Okay, so it's looking like a counter spell. Drown the Lock? Yeah, okay, so Drown the Lock is annoying. But, so we're playing at sorcery speed now, but, so my opponent has 1 card in hand, and it's Sword of Feast and Famine, so we can land Hour of Promise here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we draw a land, oh no, we can Ren and 6 anyway. So we Ren and 6, pick up a land. Okay, so Ren and 6, pick up a land, play Hour of Promise. Oh, we can Brainstorm first, to be fair. Okay, so we don't want this or this. That's a good draw with Ren and 6, though. So, they can't Cling to Dust us, so Go red and green. Pick up a land, get this Misty Rainforest. Play Misty Rainforest. Go and get a normal forest. And then cast this Hour of Promise. Go and get double Field of the Dead, make 4 zombies. Yeah, we control enough land, so 1, 2 copies of Field of the Dead. Make 4 zombies. Let's go. So now we're ahead here. We can start drawing 3 cards a turn because we can cycle this land for 3 mana, pick it back up with Ren and 6, and then draw it again, and then do it again. So, Lingering Souls is annoying. That might stop us being able to kill Teferi, but Ren and 6s are good against Lingering Souls. Cling to Dust. Okay, Cling to Dust in my Hour of Promise, and then a Stoneforge Mystic. So we're gonna, well, okay, so this makes sense. So Ren and 6 will, depends what we draw. Okay, so that's fine. So we could bounce a creature, ping a creature, kill Teferi. I don't hate that. Although, would I prefer to just draw some cards? No, I think this is fine. Bounce a creature. I think we're so far ahead now. Bounce a creature, kill a creature. So we send 1 at Teferi, 2 at Teferi. So 2 at Teferi, 1 at my opponent. Play a land. Gonna cycle this land now. Although that was a little bit loose because now my opponent can cling to dust that. I guess I can anyway. In response to me trying to get it back with Ren and 6. I'm gonna need to speed up a little bit, I guess. They draw Marsh Flat, so we know the 2 cards in their hand are Sword of Feast and Famine and Batter Skull. We're going to try and equip. What is it? Protection from black and green. So black is a bit annoying. I think I'm just going to path here. And we're going to bounce Batter Skull with Jace. Actually, yeah, this just wins us the game. Because we... Well, they didn't put Batter Skull in. I'm a bit surprised at that. Maybe they haven't got any more fetchables. Oh, they can flashback souls, but we can bounce, ping a soul, and then we're going to have enough zombies. To get through for 12 damage now. My opponent's at 11. Go and get Steam Vents. No. Yep, so we have 12 power. And ways to remove their blockers. Pretty smooth sailing for game number 1. Don't want to get cocky though. Oh, we have an extra zombie than what I thought. There we go. Okay, so Esper Mentor. I love this deck. Not seen it for a while. They're kind of being carried by the, just the Field of the Dead is pretty busted. So we're going to want Veil of Summer for their counter spells. I think we might be interested in Supreme Verdict. Mystical Dispute we probably want. Bolt kills Monastery Mentor. Ren 6 is very good. Force. So we like Force for Teferi. I think we want Force. Is there anything here we don't really want? We don't want Gust or Purge. I brought in my kind of cheap counter spells. Mana Leak was pretty good there. Force deals with Teferi. We didn't see any other like spells that we'd like to force. Don't think we really want to take out any of the early interaction, because if they get a mentor down, I don't think we can recover. Or like a Sword of Feast and Famine. To that end, is Force bad? I think. Oh, I'll take out a Cryptic. I quite like taking out Cryptics against these. I might take out a couple, just because if they're bringing in Mystical Dispute, then Cryptic is very clunky. And we'll lose an Uro because they're probably bringing in Rest in Peace or what have you. See how we go. Yeah, weird one this, because normally Bolt would possibly come out here in a control type mirror, but can't afford to let Mentor or Stoneforge Mystic survive. Okay, so this is a mulligan. You can't keep a one lander with this deck, I don't think. We're in 4 colours. So this is interesting. It's got the Mana Leak, it's got a Field of the Dead. I think we'll keep this. I don't hate keeping lots of lands against other control. I don't think there's many Field of Ruin targets, so we'll ditch a Field of Ruin. We've got quite a lot of colours, no forest unfortunately. I guess Field of Ruin could have got that. But we'll see. Let's see. Is it going to be a Thoughtseize? It is a Thoughtseize. Opponent probably taking Mana Leak, unless they think they can't beat this Cryptic. Takes the Cryptic. So I'm in danger of getting tempoed out if they play. If they go Stoneforge Mystic here. If they go Stoneforge Mystic, grab a sword. Yeah, this isn't ideal. We're now looking to draw some of our removal. Yeah, Fire and Ice is a good one. So my best draw is Lightning Bolt here. Second best is probably Path. Oh, right, well, we're so good at this. I think we're just going to play Field here. It comes in tapped. We haven't got anything else to do. Holding up Mana Leak would have been nice, but I think, yeah. Oh, maybe that was wrong, actually. I think I should have waited on that. Although they might have Mana Leaks and things. Okay, are they looking for lands? One land, 2 Stoneforge Mystics in the bin. There's another. Okay, so Inquisition takes my Mana Leak. Okay, nothing else from my opponent. Mystic Sanctuary is not a good draw. We're kind of flooding a little bit. That's another thing that I'm not overly keen on sometimes with this deck. So you end up with a lot of lands, because the deck's running something. It's running 29 lands. Don't know, 29 lands seems. I mean, it is a lot, but I mean, you've got a lot of good things to be doing with them. You know, Uro puts more in. They're good with Omnath. Yeah, if this is Teferi, we're in a little bit of trouble. I don't know, this is just a sword, so we're fine with that. So we'll play out the islands here, so then we can Sanctuary back something if we need to. Path's not a bad draw. I don't hate drawing Path for something like a Monastery Mentor. I don't think we're in the business of pathing a Stoneforge here. My opponent has missed a land drop, and it looks like potentially missing another one. So kind of, yeah, we need to draw action here. Next land will be flooded. So I mean, this is the thing though. My opponent's not pressuring me. We need to, you know, and if they don't pressure me, but in enough time, Field of the Dead will just win the game. So we just need to control it until we get to Field of the Dead. At the moment, is I think our plan. 2 black mana is interesting. Collective Brutality. Sure. Oh, discarding souls for value is pretty good. I love me some lingering souls discarded for value. Lingering souls wearing a sword of fire and ice is pretty strong. Okay, that's not good. So just gonna go and get the Triome. We'd love to draw. Uro's a good draw now. Uro's usually a good draw. Omnath would be pretty good. Opponent's short on lands. White and blue for something. So if it's like a... Okay, so that's just a soul, so I think that's fine. Could put Cryptic on top here, notably. But I think we want to go and get the Triome. Okay, so that is confirmed to be a good draw. We do have to play a land first, which is irritating. Is it worth it? I think it is, because my opponent could have Thoughtseize. Yeah, we can't play that yet, but we can do this, and it draws us a card. This, so red, blue, forest, pines. So it's going to draw us a card. It could be better that we wait. My opponent, oh, could be, okay, Mystical Dispute. That's annoying. Yeah, I didn't think about Mystical Dispute there. Should have done. Okay, so that should be on my radar. Okay, so now we're in a little bit of trouble because this this sword is going to attach to a spirit. And then they're going to start drawing a lot of cards and bashing me for 4. Is it 2 damage this deals? 2 damage, so they're bashing me for 6 a turn now. So this isn't the best spot we've been in, but you know, we can draw out of it. Finding another Omnath is good. Finding Uro is very good. Flooded Strand. I mean, that's okay because it goes and gets Mystic Sanctuary anyway, and it makes 2 zombies. So I think we're putting Cryptic on top. Okay, so this is I think a poor play by my opponent, because I can now Mystic Sanctuary, get Cryptic back. My opponent doesn't draw a card, and I get to keep Mystic Sanctuary. I think my opponent should have waited there. That said, they are still hitting us for 3, 4, 5, 6. So going down to 2 here. I think we're gonna have to. We might have to put. We could bounce the sword. Actually, we could. We can't at the moment, obviously. Next turn, we could bounce the sword, but that doesn't really help because I'm taking 6 this turn down to 2. Yeah, Lingering Soul is proving good here. Opponent is short on lands, so they've got all gas in hand. 3 mana. Unmoored Ego. Okay, so it's useful to know that they're bringing this in. Wonder what they'll choose. Oh, that's annoying though. It shuffles Cryptic away. I mean, they chose Cryptic Command. I did sideboard 2 of them out. So they hit once here. So now what do I want to draw? Something that draws me a card would be fine. Omnath would be very good. Uro would be very good. Uro is my... Is Uro my best draw? I'm taking 6, but Uro would gain me 6 back. They could deal 2 to a zombie. Yeah, I didn't think they would. So we really need to draw something here. Yeah, we draw a land. We drew a lot of lands that game. I think I started out with not many more spells than we actually had, so this is just a concession. So Lingering Souls, so I think we do want that Supreme Verdict. Supreme Verdict instead of... Lightning Bolt is good there, Mana Leak on the play is good, Force of Negation against Souls is good. I think we'll cut another Cryptic, it's just so... It is clunky. Let's go with this. See what happens. So this is a 1 land, so we have to mulligan. This is 2. I think we'll keep and hope to draw a land. We're gonna... Oh, all these cards are fairly good. We're gonna bottom the Growth Spiral because we don't have any lands to bring in anyway. To put in anyway. I'm gonna lead off with Mystic Sanctuary. I would love for this to be a fetch land. If we could have held up turn 1 Veil of Summer, I think that's very strong. My opponent mulliganed as well. We are taking a bit of a risk here. So we want to find a land, really. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, we're a 29 land deck, so we're way more likely than not to hit lands here. We just need, yeah, we'd like off the top we'd like fetch land into Triome, I guess would be ideal, or double fetch any sort of land really, preferably something that lets me play Renin 6 or Teferi. Right, come on, land, fetch land. Oh, I think that's very annoying. That shouldn't happen. So our deck is over half land at this point, so each turn we're kind of 50% to draw a land, and we've had 2 draws, so 25% not to draw a land. I think that's reasonable. A reasonable gamble. If they souls here, Collective Brutality. Yeah, I see Veil of Summer would have been nice here. Alas. So we just need to draw lands now. Opponent probably takes Veil of Summer. I mean, it could, no, I can see you taking Force actually. I think Force is the take. I can't cast Veil of Summer at the moment. So I think my opponent probably has Mystical Dispute. Takes Verdict. Okay. I'm not sure I thought about that, but I guess they might have Mentor in hand. But then... okay, so... I think we're going to play that and shock it in. It is a land, but sadly, obviously, I was being silly. Nothing could have cast Renin 6 there because we haven't got either of the colours. Maybe this was a loose keep, but I didn't want to go down to 5 on the play. kind of at parity. My opponent has 5 cards in hand, I have 5, they're drawing. Didn't want to play Teferi there because my opponent had 1 untapped mana, they've shown us Mystical Dispute. So if we play Teferi, we get a Mystical Disputed, and then they slam something here, we're in trouble. And Teferi's kind of stopping them just slamming Mentor here. I guess I've got the path as well. No lands that do anything. I would force a Lingering Souls here. So the ideal draw off the top is a fetch land. Because that would let us go to Fairy Time Ravel into Veil of Summer. Stoneforge Mystic. Fine. So we just need to draw a land, really. What do they go and get? It's probably a sword again. No, they've gone and got Batter Skull. They definitely have Mystical Dispute. So I really need to draw. If I can draw a land that produces green mana. Oh, another thing there. So you have another land. Okay. Land. Ah, that is perfect. So now we go to Fairy. We could go Wrenn and 6, but then we die to a... So... Oh, it just resolves. I did not expect that to be a thing. Annoyingly, we're kind of shields down in terms of a force here. So... something like a Jace or a Teferi, I guess, would be real bad. They might have a Teferi of their own, I guess. So this is yeah, okay, so this, yeah, so we're gonna, do we want to get Forest? I think just getting Forest is fine here, right? Yeah, we've got another Forest in hand, so Forest. I'd love to Veil of Summer and draw a blue card here. Nope, you can't respond. When you, yeah. So they've obviously got Archmage's Charm, possibly. Drown in the Lock. You can't respond with Teferi on the battlefield. This card is awful. This is one of the big draws to white in this deck. It's just insane. Like, it is very unfun. You know, my opponent gets to play Hearthstone. It's not really Magic, is it? But while the card's legal, you gotta play it. It's busted. You know, this deck is just busted cards deck, and just jamming them all together into a kind of soup. My opponent got very little time left on the clock, 7 minutes, and we've got 12 minutes. I wonder if they're trying to work out why they can't play their Drown in the Lock. I can't cast... Okay, so... Opponent asking if Modo's bugged. Why can't they cast Drown in the Lock on your Veil? But it's not. You just... don't know whether to write anything back. I think we'll just leave it. Oh, would have really liked a blue card there. Does my opponent just have nothing? Because this is just brutal. Surely they'll play out there. Stoneforge Mystic again. Okay, so that's not too bad for us. We can go. We get to keep the Teferi around. Tick up. Wrenn and 6. Yeah, we start shooting souls. I think we'll play this. Now we can force growth spiral. We've got, yeah, force up, we've got growth spiral up. I probably would force a flashback to souls here just to stop it getting out of hand. Oh, that would have been a good point, I guess. I'm forgetting, I can flooded, if I'd played Flooded Strand, I could have got back Supreme Verdict. I have no way of drawing cards. Oh, I do have a way of drawing a card. Oh, I can oh, no. This deck bailing me out again. I can just Growth Spiral, put the Flooded Strand in, put Supreme Verdict on top. Yeah, this is fine. We don't care. Just yield until end of turn. Be surprised to see an attack on. Oh, it's an attack on Renin 6. I guess that means I can't shoot a soul with it, but opponent doesn't know what I've got in hand. I mean, we're not out of the woods. We need to draw like we need to draw a threat. Growth Spiral, blue, green. We do get to draw off this as well, which is nice. Put this onto the battlefield. Oh, no, we can't do that because... Oh, we can because Renin 6 can get me back a fetch land. Yeah, I was going to say we can't do that because we haven't got a double white. But, of course, Teferi is... yeah, we get to return a land. Oh, although, do we have another white land? Is it the Triome? Oh no, we've got Temple Garden, we're good. Now I can do it at instant speed, which I think is probably fine. Yeah, I think we'll do it at instant speed with Teferi. If they want to put the Batter Skull in, that's fine, it just costs them more mana. I guess they could put the sword in for cheap. Yeah. There's the sword. They're getting closer to Fairy Bounce again. This is, yeah, that's just brutal. Just winning with these two broken planeswalkers. But another Teferi is not too bad. I'm not going to risk it though, because if my opponent has Force of Negation... Oh, we could do it now, I guess. No, that's silly. Yeah, I think we're just happy now, ticking up. I haven't got any action going on. As soon as we draw Field of the Dead or Uro or Omnath, Thoughtseize. We may as well force this. There's no real, you know. I think forcing there is, you know, they can take the force if they want, which they probably do. Snapcaster Mage. I'm just going to mana-leak this. Again, they're going to go for Thought. Brennan 6 can just ping that. Mana-leak. Because that's just going to be a Snap Thoughtseize. Another Thoughtseize? Is slightly annoying. I don't know, Cling to Dust on Supreme Verdict. I don't have another Mystic Sanctuary to get. Opponent is a bit gated on mana this time. Yeah, I think I am going to fetch because we can go and get a triome. Although I wouldn't mind drawing a triome. Ah, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to bounce this sword, return a land, play big Teferi. Here he is. Another force, that's pretty nice. Yeah, we'll untap 2 lands. Not going to go and get the other triome. I think we're going to leave some of these. Well, do we leave them uncracked? Doesn't really matter now. We've got force up. Would we force a Batterskull? Probably not. Well, you might force a Batterskull. Oh, we can just Teferi the germ token. What don't we want to see here? We don't really care that much about Mentor. 3 mana. It's trouble with Drown Unlock. You can't kill any of these with Drown Unlock. So we know one of the cards drown. Mini Teferi would be annoying. Esper Charm, draw 2 cards. Think I'm happy enough countering that. Are we happy countering that? Yeah, I think so. Opponent just has no lands now. Yeah, and we just get the concession. So that's a good. You know, we just needed to draw a win con really. We're drawing 2 cards, and there's Jace as well. Yeah, a good win there against Esper Mentor, featuring Stoneforge. So interesting list. Yeah, convincing win, and we'll see you for round number 2. Okay, we're back for round number 2 with 4 colour control. Remember, if you're liking the stuff I'm producing, please like and subscribe. If there's anything you think anything you'd like to see, or any decks you'd like to see me try out, feel free to comment as well. If there's any interesting lines that we could have taken that we took different, yeah, happy to have a look at those as well. Can always do replay videos and have a look at some lines. And but yeah, hope you're enjoying the content. Let's get in for round number 2. On the draw, we're going to keep this. It's got yeah, it's got, we're against a Lurus deck, so it's likely to be Rakdos Shadow, Hammer Time. Okay, looking like Hammer Time here. Giver Rune's a bit annoying. Memnite, I might path the Giver of Runes. Yeah, I think they're going to shock in here and then try and path the Giver of Runes, because if they don't play another spell, then we can, or if they don't play another creature, we can, so we path this, and then we can Ren and 6 kill the Memnite. So it's looking like a Stoneforge, yeah, so Stoneforge Mystic, gonna get the hammer, I would imagine. Now, a Shadow Spear. So I think I'm going to path, and then we can Ren and 6 down tick to kill this. But then they can kill the Ren and 6. Do I want to path it? The trouble is if I don't path, I need to kill this at some point. Yeah, I think I am. I think this is close because you don't want to give them more mana. Okay, and this is also... Oh no, we do have another land. So we'll fetch and shock and kill the Memnite here. Which, I think this match comes down to just trying to keep them off. Trying to just kill all of their creatures so they haven't got anything to equip. Any creatures to equip. So, go ahead and kill this Memnite with this Renin 6. And then if they equip Shadow Spear, bash my Renin 6, I think I'm okay with that. Because it kind of wastes their turn. 3 mana. Okay, they have another mana. Got 4 cards in hand, of which one is Shadow Spear. I mean, we could, in theory, die here if they go that into Hammer Hammer. But I don't think we should have played around this. Although it's getting a bit sketchy. We don't know that they have a hammer. They do have a hammer. Although I don't agree if they're going to put this into play. Okay, so that's 11. We may just die. Maybe I've played this wrong. I could have mana leaked a hammer. Cranial plating is going to be lethal. Oh no, not quite. So now we need to draw a removal spell. Right, that's not great. So my opponent having very good there. I guess that's partly me pathing. That won't do it. We could growth spiral, look for a... I don't even know what we're looking for because all of these come in tapped. Yeah, that's just going to get there. Okay, maybe... So if I don't path there and hold up mana leak... Yeah, I think I might have got a bit too carried away getting value from Renin 6. So if I don't path there, they have one fewer land, they can't play both of these. I could have mana leaked this. We pretty much knew they had the hammer. Yeah, I think that was loose play by me. Yeah, I think I punted that. I think we should have held up mana leak there. Okay, well, let's get into sideboarding. So EE is very good here. EE on 1 kills a lot of their creatures, it kills the hammer. I think we want Cleansing Wildfire as well, because one way they kill you is with Infect with Inkmoth Nexus. We want all the removal spells, all the early interaction. Force is fine for the hammers. Teferi is obviously great because it can bounce enchantments and artifacts. Cryptic is very slow. I think Teferi is very slow. Ren 6 is great on the play. We've got 2 more cuts to make. 2 more cuts. So I think Growth Spiral's not amazing. Cut 1 Growth Spiral and another Cryptic, I think. I think I like that. Hour of Promise, while slow, the hammer means that they lose flying, so if you can get Field of the Dead online, you can just block their stuff forever. I mean, it's got a good sideboard card, but it is 6 lands. I think we mulligan this. Yeah. Oh, there. This is, well, it's not it's not the best, but we will keep and hope to find a land. Just the strength of EE on 1. We've got Force as well. I don't think we want to go to 5, so we're going to keep and bottom Ren and 6. The question is whether to EE on turn 1. I think we are. We haven't got anything else to do. We can still hold up force. Well, I can't see there being anything we want to force this turn. Definitely not forcing that. Maybe I should have let them play out into this. But I think I wanted to use my mana there. Mem Knight, notably 0 CMC. So it does make my opponent think this engineered explosives is 1. Inkmoth Nexus is annoying. So I want to draw a white land, really. Something that generates white mana. That is one of the worst draws in my deck. The only saving grace is that it pitches to force instead of to fairy. Opponent got 6 cards in hand. Worth considering forcing something, I suppose, in order to keep the engineered explosives on 1. Could be a Stoneforge here. So this is the turn we really would like to draw a land. I mean, I'll settle for any land, but really we need a white land. Thoughtseize. Now, this is awkward. I think we're going to force here. We're so far from this Omnath. And if we can slam to fairy next turn, I think we're in very good shapes. So I'm going to do this. I think both of these cards are more valuable than that Omnath in hand at the moment, so a free counter spell there is fine. We've got the engineered explosives on 1. We're not really being pressured. We need to draw a land. The deck is pretty much 50% land at this point. Fetch land's great. Hallowed Fountain. Okay, well, it is a land. Sadly, not the one we're after. Yeah, I mean, we'll take it. A land is better than no land. But if we could have drawn a white source there, we would have been quite far ahead, I think, with Teferi. If we went Teferi, return Mem Knight to your hand, draw a card, they're just not really doing anything then. Steelship's Gift is a search. So I wouldn't be surprised to see us go and get cranial plating, given our engineered explosives on 1. No, they do get the hammer. Gifting again. So what we have to be very careful about is, so if we were to crack our engineer, if we were to tap out now for Teferi, if we draw a land, more useless paths is not good. So if we were to tap out, say we draw a plains there, and we tap out for Teferi, they can go Sigarda's Aid, play Sigarda's Aid, activate Nexus, play a land, play the hammer, and then the Nexus will kill us. Annoyingly, Pithing Needle. That's not good, because that stops us cracking our engineered explosives. In fact, yeah, that may just end up killing us. We don't know what we've got in hand. Yeah, choose engineered explosives. Really now need a white mana. We could just die here if this is Sigarda's Aid. Yeah, this is the worst A lot has gone against us this time. I mean, we mulliganed. I kept a risky hand, but I think, you know, with the number of lands in the deck, I don't think it was awful. Unsure if we're going to be taking damage here. I assume they're going to put in some sort of... Yeah, there's a cranial plating. So now we really need to draw a white land. If we draw a white land, we can start pathing things. So we know they've got Colossus Hammer and one unknown. Okay, Scalding Tarn is good. So we could Teferi. The trouble is, yeah, we can't Teferi, because if we Teferi, if we go Teferi, Fetch Shock, Teferi, we die to this. They animate Nexus, put a hammer on it, and that's game over. So we need to be very disciplined with these paths. They can equip Cranial Plating at instant speed. If we can draw a land, so they're not going for anything here. So the attack step is done, so we'll let them go to blocks. So I'm just going to path this right now. We're going to get a Hallowed Fountain. Path this, because then we can either Teferi, well we can't Teferi now unless you draw a land. Even then it's a bit dodgy. Okay, so we don't take any damage here. Which is good. So Teferi, if we draw a white land, I'd consider Teferi. Pure Steel Paladin. If they play the hammer and we draw a land, they're not. Okay. Force. So yeah, we can't do force, which is annoying. So again, we have to keep up path here. Pure Steel Paladin was a very good draw from my opponent. If they go for the hammer end of turn, they are going for the hammer. So now we're going to have to... Oh, we can force the hammer. Okay, yeah, that's much better. So we're going to force the hammer. Yeah, force the hammer. They don't draw a card from Paladin. And now we are... So it's another hammer. So they don't have too much. If I path here, they can't attach the hammers to a creature. Yeah, okay, so I think we go for this. So we'll path Pure Steel Paladin. And now... So you get a land. I think this is it's okay, so nothing equips... This can't equip to anything. That one's gone. And now... I mean, we can start taking lots of infect damage. That's another Nexus. If you draw a land, is it worth engineered explosives on one? Don't know. Putting Lurus in their hand, they are going to start drawing 2 a turn, which isn't ideal. But we're behind here. We are behind. My opponent got 2 lands that draw cards as well. And they've got Allura, so they're drawing 2. This deck can grind surprisingly hard. Lurus is just very good. Right, so Bauble. Yeah. So what do we want really? So I think we have to Teferi. Depending on draw. I guess we have a lot of dead draws with this number of lands. Is the trouble? Okay, so we draw Jace. So Jace is interesting, but I think Teferi. So if we Teferi, bounce, we could Jace Brainstorm, look for a removal spell. My opponent drawing 2 cards next turn, so we're dead to a Colossus Hammer off the top anyway. We can't return this to hand. We have to. I think we're going to return Lurus, so we'll do that. I think that's fine. We'll draw a card. If my opponent wants to go after my Teferi with a creature, I think we're okay with that. So let's return Lurus. Omnath. So we've got some of the colours required for Omnath. Okay, so we're dead to some things here. We're dead to a hammer. We're dead to, I guess, Stoneforge Mystic, Steel Shaper's Gift. When you say it like that, we're dead to quite a lot. Don't know. I think throwing away game 1 like that was silly. But not sure. Yeah, questionable plays. I think questionable to force that Thoughtseize, but I think that was fine. We used all the cards that we saved, so. So my opponent, yeah, we're just dead here now because my opponent goes and gets Colossus Hammer, activates Nexus, equips it. If this is just Lurus, then no. Here we go. If they go to combat thinking they can do it at instant speed, then we survive. Because as we all know, Teferi is a very fun magic card and means that my opponent can't play it at instant speed. So they're going to equip it to this, I would imagine. Let's check, yeah. Just quite unfortunate there, we missed lands. I kept 2 islands, maybe that wasn't right in a 4-colour deck, but that deck is kind of made to prey on this deck, I think. I don't think it's a great matchup. But yeah, see you for round number 3. Okay, here we are for round number 3. Winning the die roll is always good. This hand, I think we keep it. We can go and get 2 Triomes. I guess if we're against a creature deck, it's good with Path and Bolt. If we're against a non-creature deck, it becomes less good. But it's got stuff against Tron, looking like some sort of mirror action. So yeah, we're going to go and get a Triome here. The one that gives both red and white, which I think is Ralgrin. Yeah, so we'll go and get that. Plains isn't actually the worst draw. You know, it lets us cast Omnath. we're just going to hold up the threat of something like a mana leak here. Misty Rainforest, so I am expecting the mirror or Salto control. Ralgren Time, okay, so yeah, this is looking like a straight mirror. Deck's very popular at the moment. Stomping Ground, if this is Renin 6 we're in trouble. Because we can't deal with a Renin 6 at the moment. So yeah, we'll go and get the other Triome. Now we've got all of our colours. Field of Ruin, Field of Ruin's interesting here. I think I am going to play it and hit their Triome. It's potentially worth saving for a Field of the Dead, but this deck is so mana intensive. I think if we can force them to stumble, we don't want to play Omnath on turn 4. You want to play it and then get a land. So my opponent Field of Ruins has Field of Ruin as well. So this is Uro. So I don't think we want to path this right now. We don't want to ramp them more. No land to put in. So do I field now? So fielding would give them extra mana. Or we could... I don't hate... Well, we can't cast Cryptic as well. I think I'm going to field their Triome. And then I don't think we're playing anything in our turn. My opponent's a little starved on mana. We'll go and get an island. So we get island here because then we're more likely... We definitely get, if we draw another basic island, we get a different name for Field of the Dead. Because of the 2-1 split. Okay, Scalding Tarn. So, I think we're just going to play a Plains here. Not going to play Omnath. Opponent's starved of blue mana a little bit. If they try to field my land, I might bounce it with Cryptic. Maybe that's loose. Yeah, we're definitely countering a Renin 6 here. With my opponent short on mana. So we're going to counter target spell, draw a card. Bit worried that we're just going to get mana leaked or remanded. No mana leak or remand, which is nice. No mana for my opponent. We draw an Uro. So can we do Omnath and Uro? So you go Omnath, land, Uro. Yeah, I don't hate that. So we need red and green. So my opponent didn't have mana leak. I can't imagine they would have not mana leaked my Cryptic command on their Renin 6 given the amount of mana they're short. Okay, so we draw a land, which is fine. So we'll Scalding Tarn. And then we can get Mystic Sanctuary, put the Cryptic on top, and then, no, we don't want to pass, go Uro, paying a white mana. Well, we're going to draw the Cryptic. And we'll put a land into play. Oh yeah, so we can hold up both Bolt and Path here, which is good, because we can go and get Steam Vents. Oh, so that... Oh, crikey, and that also... Yeah, Omnath there is just insane. I haven't been on this card, but something like that turn... if you go Omnath into Uro, it's just super strong. So if my opponent plays Uro, I will path it this turn. That's another Uro. We won't path it in response to the trigger. Certainly not. Feel the Dead. That's not good. Because that can just win. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. My Field of Ruin, my early Field of Ruin could now be hitting this, I suppose. But maybe I should have held this to make loads of mana for the next turn. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to hold that there. Although, if we're going to escape Uro. Path to Exile. I think I'm going to Cryptic this. Counter target spell. We could bounce a land. They might have force. If we go Uro, we can hold up Cryptic if we draw a land. The thing is, I'm worried about starting to be killed by these zombies. How much do I care if they force? Like, Omnath isn't doing too much at the moment. I got 4 cards in hand. If I go Cryptic... If I go Cryptic, I can't really do anything this turn anyway. I guess the risk is that they path Omnath and then path Uro. They could have Force of Negation. So they have Force of Negation. How bad is that for me? So I bounce. Yeah. I think I'm going to try it. Counter target spell, return target pet. Do I draw a card? No, I'm going to do this. Like, that comes into play tapped. It's gating them a little bit on mana. I think this is okay. They do have the force, but they do have to get rid of a big Teferi for it. So we'll go and get... I haven't got enough forests. Okay, we find another Uro. So... yeah, we're going to cast that. I'm going to go shields down here, but we don't really have too much to do anyway. Okay, so we find a land. So if my opponent Uros, Path gets worse now is the trouble, because Path now generates them a zombie. Feel the Dead is the only real thing that matters here, kind of. So we're going to let them Uro, I think. I mean, we haven't got any choice. So Uro, do I path in response to the trigger? I think so. I've got 2 Uros in the bin. Or do we just hope they don't find a land? I don't actually think I'm going to path here. We don't want to give them land. Oh, they have a land anyway. Which isn't ideal. I think I am going to path now. Because I want to use my mana. So they could have another path, I guess. They can just generate so many zombies. Yeah. Drawing Field of the Dead of my own would be very good. So I'm going to play an Uro first. So green, blue, blue, green. Get rid of some lands. Keep Field of Ruin in there in case we draw a Wrenn and 6. Play these lands out. We can bolt a zombie. It's not the most game-winning play, I suppose. If they path my Uro, we're in trouble. If they go end of turn path, yeah. Okay, so I don't think they have a path. We've got another path for their Uro. Oh, God. I hate this card, really. I mean, I know I'm playing it at the moment, but this is going to bounce my Uro and draw a card, and now I can't do anything until end of turn. So now we might be dead. So I can bolt the Teferi. I think I'm going to double fetch here. What's my opponent doing? Oh, God. Okay, so that my plan now changes. We have to bolt the Jace. Because actually, I suppose I don't care too much about the Teferi. I haven't got any instant speed stuff. Anyway. So I think we're going to... that's not good either. It's only this Field of the Dead, I think, that's really doing us in. If they go Mystic Sanctuary, put Force on top, and then are able to somehow draw it. They're putting Path on top. Okay. Got a lot of life. Uro can sometimes fight against Field of the Dead. No, I don't think I'm going to fetch at the end of turn. We can fetch in my turn. Yeah, okay, so there's an Omnath, so that helps. So we go Omnath. So do we bolt Jace first? No. So we'll go Omnath. Oh, hold on. Omnath can kill both of these planeswalkers. If I find a land. Maybe I shouldn't have played that land. So you go Omnath first. So this, and we need a red mana. We can't force this. Can't path it. Oh, now that is the that is the best land we could have possibly drawn. Okay, we're back in the game from that because now we kill both of their planeswalkers. Yeah, okay. This I've a changed opinion of this card. Yeah, my opinion of this card has changed somewhat. Yeah, I think we're going to shot that in. We're going to gain. We're gaining life anyway. Then play this Uro. We want to use one of these mana, I guess. So use the white mana. Kind of just going off here. There's nothing I want to get back with Mystic Sanctuary. Oh, that's my own Teferi. So that is very strong. Oh my god, this turn is insane. So I'm just going to get a snow-covered island, make more zombies, kill both of their planeswalkers. This is ridiculous. could go to Fairy and Uro if we want. Let's to Fairy first, so we'll pay the red, blue and white. Check we've got enough green to cast Uro. They could force this. Growth Spiral, fine. So they have a land. They have a Field of Ruin as well, so I guess we want to get as much. Oh, we draw a Jace. I kind of just want to play Uro though. Because if we hit yeah, we want to hit as many lands as we can. So blue, blue, green. We want to hold up Ralgrin Triome to hold up Bolton Path. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to get rid of another Uro, but that's fine. Opponent with 2 cards in hand. Fetch that would be good. Oh, that's really strong. Okay, well that was quite a turn. What have we done? So that we started out with that. We started out that turn with pretty much no board presence, and we've ended up with 8 powers worth of zombies and another couple of power coming in here, and an Omnath and an escaped Uro out. I don't hate my position now. Yeah, okay, Omnath has changed because there's that classic thing, isn't there? How do you evaluate cards? And it's the kind of quadrants. Ones that are good when you're ahead, ones that can get you from behind to ahead. This has definitely gotten me from behind to ahead there. It killed. That was a 3 for 1 last turn. It drew me a card. Pathing that is, well, I can't do anything about it anyway. Yes, will make us another zombie. And I gained some life. At 34 life. This Uro. So this is Uro. No reason to path in response, seeing as my opponent can't respond because I have to Fairy out. That turn did take a long time. We are going to need to speed up a little bit. Opponent making lots of mana, lots of zombies. Yeah, so we'll fetch in response here. I have to get Mystic Sanctuary, which is a little annoying. We can't go and get a land, which is annoying, but can't be helped. So yeah, we'll path the Uro. Knowing that it makes another zombie. Yeah, I don't care about that. Do I bolt them? I don't hate bolting them. Oh, okay. Tap all creatures your opponents control, draw a card. No point in messing around here. So that was a brutal few turns. my opponent can make a zombie in response. Yeah, but so Omnath just bodied my opponent there. You know, I'm in quite a lot of awe of this card. I guess they can, if they try and make a zombie, I can Field of Ruin their field. Just bodied them. That was ridiculous. Right, so Ashiok in, Veil of Summer in, Mystical Dispute in. Don't want Purge, I don't think. Ether Gust is potential. Soul Guide Lantern, I think we want in. Cleansing Wildfire. So bolts aren't very good. They do kill Jace, but I always cut a couple of cryptics because my opponent's bringing in Mystical Dispute. Maybe cut another cryptic. Mana Leak's good. Growth Spiral's good. So Path kills Uro and Omnath. It's not the best, I guess. Cleansing Wildfire, I think it's fine, even if you use it to hit one of their lands. So do we want Gusts? I think so. Maybe trim a Path. We want Veil of Summer. Ashiok, yeah, we definitely want Ashiok. Definitely want the Forces. Let's trim a Mana Leak as well, because late game they're not very good. In fact, let's trim a couple of Mana Leaks and bring in Ether Gusts instead. I think that's fine. Let's give that a go. So, yeah. Can't keep this, sadly. Too many expensive spells, not enough land. Yeah, this is fine. Much as it pains me, I'm going to bottom Omnath. We're just not ready for it yet. Question is, do we play out a Soul Guide Lantern on turn 1? Don't think so. Do I want to preserve my life total, or do I want... let's do this, because then we can go get a Triome. So we could do with fading a Renin 6. Okay, so no Renin 6 it looks like. Okay, so we'll fetch. Go and get... So we need Mountain and... Yeah, so get this one. Okay. So we have to shock in here to be able to Growth Spiral end of turn. If my opponent goes Uro, I think that's fine. If my opponent goes Uro, that's fine for me. Because I can Growth Spiral, put a land into play my own Uro, and play Soul Guide Lantern, get rid of their Uro. Bit tense, this mirror. So, what we don't want to see is something like a Jace the Mind Sculptor. I guess this is a reason we possibly shouldn't have cut my Mana Leaks. Teferi would be bad as well. Well, shocking in. Teferi holding up a very cheap counterspell is probably the worst. Yeah, so we're gonna do this. Yeah, so we'll put a Flooded Strand in, and then we do have to pass, sadly. So this tells me I think my opponent has either Veil of Summer or Mystical Dispute. Oh, I meant to fetch end of turn there, that's silly. Okay, so we're going to fetch. What do we want? We want to cast Uro, and we want to cast. Let's get Steam Vents. Play an island. Play my Uro. Like, wouldn't be surprised to see this Mystical Disputed. Yeah, so they did have it. So turn 4 to Fairy, or it was turn 3 because I had a Grey Spiral. That's very good against this sort of deck. So we'll exile their. They've only got 3 cards in hand, which is interesting. So we'll exile their Growth Spiral, I think. Draw some cards. I can't see them putting either of those on top. Good thing about Teferi is we just get to auto pass through this turn. Through my opponent's turn. Probably the only good thing about Teferi Time Raveler. So yeah, that's what I mean. I just get to sit here and not do very much now. But I guess that's not technically true. We should probably be on the yeah, we've got a Soul Guide activation if we. So return this to my hand is interesting. I could sack it. I don't think we want to do that. I think that's fine. I think playing it again is fine. I can't see my opponent doing too much. You know, if it's like Omnath into Uro, similar to we had before, I don't think we're winning that game anyway. Growth Spiral. I mean, yeah, fine. I think they're looking for lands. Maybe I should have cracked it. That's annoying. Soul Guide Lantern of their own. I wouldn't mind them cracking it looking for a land here. Don't think I'm going to play my Uro. Mystic Sanctuary. Do we try... So I'm going to play this first. Question is, do we try and bait out the Soul Guide? So my opponent did miss land there. I think Mystic Sanctuary's fine here. I think if they want to crack their Soul Guide Lantern, I'm happy with that. They shouldn't, I don't think. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and cast my Uro now. If we get disputed again, I think that's okay. That's a Jace. Let's put this Misty Rainforest onto the battlefield and say go. So we're making a lot of land drops. My opponent's short on land, so opponent has 4 cards in hand that are... We know they're pretty much all gas. There's a land, so Teferi is bad. That big Teferi. Mini Teferi, yeah, we're okay with that. If he wants to bounce my Soul Guide Lantern again, I think that's fine. Like, I'm not too bothered about that, to be honest. So, yield until end of turn. Trying to gain some time back. We're not out of this. My opponent engineer explosives on 1. Not sure I agree with that. Not sure I agree with bringing it in. We'll go and get the Triome here. So they could have Force here, but I think that's fine. Well, it's not fine, but it gets a lot of cards out of their hand. So we'll put this in. Yeah, we'll play Jace first in case they have another Mystical Dispute. Maybe I shouldn't have played a land. So we're going to draw some cards. lands back, and we'll play my Soul Guide Lantern. And we'll get rid of their dispute. I mean, if they engineered explosives at any point, yeah, I'll nuke their graveyard. Opponent could be waiting, I suppose, to do Uro, escape Uro in one turn. It's not worth drawing a card here. Like I'd say we're behind, but only just. Okay, that helps my opponent. And now I can't shuffle away. I could Cryptic bounce it. Oh, that helps, because yeah. Fine. Oh, I Crypticing this turn. Force. So we could... I don't hate bouncing to Fairy now. And then forcing it on the way down. So we might as well do this. We could bounce Ashiok, draw a card, put a land onto the field. Ashiok is a bit of a pain. This force just does nothing, so I think we're going to return permanent to its owner's hand, draw a card. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like we might as well do this now. We can't do anything else because it's a fairy. Veil of Summer. Yeah, that's annoying. So do I play my Uro now? Might as well. Again, might as well. Well, is he going to ever get rid of this Ashiok? Yeah, I don't want to draw that land on the top of my deck. Yeah, we don't want to... I think that Veil of Summer is possibly... I think I have to exile it all now. Yeah. Yeah, I think we have to. We can't... Although Veil of Summer isn't doing too much at the moment, I suppose. Yeah, I think we're behind now. We have essentially 2 cards in hand. My opponent has 2, but does have 2 Planeswalkers out. I have Jace. Okay, so they have an Uro that they've been waiting patiently on. I guess we could start ticking up with Jace. That's probably a losing battle. Omnath. Okay, so we have to path this. Opponent could have force, but let's draw 3 cards. Maybe I should have waited so I could bounce that. Ether Gust is good. This and this. Path this. Maybe we should start ticking up. No point in playing Jace. Maybe we should start ticking up and just trying to win the game with Jace. What do we think of that? I've only got 3 cards in hand. Maybe we should. You know, I'm kind of Jace locked. I can't shuffle away rubbish cards. My opponent not really going for the mill plan. We can kind of control my opponent's draws a little bit. I'm very happy for them to Field of Ruin me here. That shuffles away the rubbish we put back on top. Bit surprised my opponent did that. Renin 6. Okay, does that win the game before Jace? It can try and prevent Jace from ultimating. Okay, so if we find Field of the Dead, at some point, Cleansing Wildfire. So I think we'll just draw again. Now that we've shuffled. Okay, my own Renin 6 I don't hate. So put back Misty and Force. Play Renin 6. Maybe I should have just Veil of Summoned. Okay. I guess we possibly start pinging stuff. Start pinging this Ashiok. Is that crazy? Or this Teferi? Or this Renin 6? Start pinging Ashiok. We're going to Gust Renin 6, I think. Another Veil of Summer? Okay, so we'll add red. Shuffles away some rubbish again, which is nice. And getting that back with Renin 6 means we can cycle it as well. Okay, so we'll Cleansing Wildfire this. Pay a green. Oh, and this shuffles away Renin 6 as well, which is nice, because Renin 6 is on the top. So you don't have to search. Find another Uro. Just pass. Trouble is, we're running out of time. My opponent does have an Uro. But we have an active Jace. I think we probably should tick up. Because if I find another Omnath and the ability to path it, the ability to get both my planeswalkers, that's bad. Okay, we're up on time now though. We need to just play very fast. Cleansing Wildfire their own island. What? Oh, they can... Yeah, I have no idea what that was about. Getting enough cards in the graveyard for Uro, but they had enough cards in the graveyard for Uro. That's an Uro. So what are we going to do with that? Try and gust it. Yeah, I want to find Field of the Dead, really. Neither of us have found it, and that will just win the game as soon as someone draws Field of the Dead. I think Renin 6 ticks up here. They might Ashiok. If they Ashiok my graveyard, I'll tick up Renin 6. If they don't, I'll tick down. That's annoying. I do have a planes to go and get. Opponent doing lots of things. Stomping ground. They found Renin 6. Okay. So we find a flooded strand. So we're going to tick. Let's. If they have, yeah, I think this might mean they have Veil of Summer, but we can't really do anything if they do. Just got to play around as much as we can. That's good. Okay, so we're going to tick this. Tick this. Oh, okay. So we put it on top. So this is the perfect time to do this. We would like to put that on the bottom, please. We'll play my. Let's tick up this Renin 6 on the triome. We need to be quick here. I'm going to play the triome. Play Uro. Maybe I shouldn't have played that triome. Path to Exile. Okay, we haven't got a land to search for. We'll put that onto the ground in though. And then pass the turn. So we need to, yeah, we're just after playing swiftly now. I think we're not ahead, but we're not behind. I think it's, you know, Veil of Summer doesn't really do anything. Oh, that's annoying though. Engineered explosives can be. Oh no, it's 4 colour. Yeah, they can cast engineered explosives on 4, which is annoying. What? Surely that's not right. Surely that's not right. Just surely. So this is going to be the last game. There's no way these two decks are going to fit another game. So we're just after surviving now, really, which is a bit rubbish. But so if one of us draws Field of the Dead, that's very good. Yeah, that's annoying. Okay, I think we're going to draw now. Try and draw Field of the Dead. There we go. So put back this and this. Put Field of the Dead on the battlefield. Play Uro. Another path. Don't think we've got any more to use. So yeah, we'll put let's put Flooded Strand on. Oh no, that was silly. They've played Path this turn, so yeah, we just pass now. Yeah, so finding Field of the Dead was really good there. I get Steam Vents. So we have Path for Uro. They have 2 Uros in there is the trouble. Have I got any more win cons actually left in the deck? Yeah, pretty much this either goes to time or, yeah. We're a game up, so they find Renin 6. Oh, they get Field of Ruin back. That's very annoying. Oh, that's very annoying. Okay. We've got another Field of the Dead. I mean, it did make 2 zombies, So that could attack Ashiok, I guess. So we need to path this Uro. Path Uro. This. And then we can attack. Oh yeah, if this goes through, we can then attack some stuff. So what do we attack? So this attack Ashiok, this attack Teferi. Do they have? Are they going to path one of these? Okay, so that's annoying. So let's draw some cards. Put back that and that. Teferi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we can play around that. Big Tefers. Tick him up. Put Field Ruin into place. There you go. We're 2 minutes ahead. Okay, so our opponent does have that. Oh, no. Turn off 1 or 2 yields. So we need to Field of Ruin their Field of the Dead. There we go. Yeah. Okay. They can get it back with Ren and 6. I might have to do something about Ren and 6, I guess. But they only have a minute left. We've got stuff in hand. What do we do? That's a good draw. This. Probably should have Vela summoned first. Yeah. Yeah, I should have Vela summoned first there. That's annoying. Do that now, I guess. So Teferi Tuck. Jace. We could brainstorm. Yeah. Oh, they're good. Oh yeah, because that stops them getting back Fear of the Dead as well. Okay. Well, they've got 9 cards left in library as well, and only 56 seconds on the clock. I think we're actually ahead here now. Like, given they've got 9 cards in library, Ashiok mills them for 4 each turn. They can't get back Feel the Dead. I have a Feel the Dead in hand. Yeah, we're ahead here. I mean, we're ahead on the clock as well. This is a close game. Killing Teferi, yeah, I think that's fine, but my win con now is milling them out. Yeah, certainly. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this is fine. Paying costs. Engine explosives on 4. Yeah, well, Jace is not my win con anymore. I think that should have been the play they did earlier. Okay. Here we go. They've only got 1 second left on the clock. We're so far ahead here. Right. Yeah. Okay. That was a marathon. I think we were fine there. We were behind for a while, but yeah, I think my opponent should have killed the Jace earlier. Like, Jace was on the battlefield for the entire game, pretty much. So, I think Ashiok is very good in these matches. Although my opponent got an Ashiok and we didn't really care, but the game went down to decking almost. Like, if this game had continued, let's just think about this. So from this position, my opponent has 1 card in hand. So let's say we both had 10 minutes left. I draw a card, force, but then I tick down my Ashiok, target them. They mill 4 cards. Ashiok's on 2. I play a Field of the Dead, make another zombie. I say go. My opponent untaps. They can ping Ashiok for 1 if they want. They go down to 3 cards in library. And they can't kill me quick enough. They just can't kill me quick enough. All of their Uros are gone. Omnath is gone. Yeah. So I think we would have won that game, whatever happened, just by milling them out. So yeah, that was quite the mirror. Glad to come out of it on top. So yeah, see you for round number 4. Okay, here we are back for round number 4. After a nail biter of a mirror, let's see what we're against this time. Your round, I was just about to say, could do without it being a another mirror. I don't think I've got that in me this afternoon. But yeah, let's see. Mulligan 6. Yeah, we're going to keep this. Turn 2 Renin 6 is very strong. Yorion is probably taxes. So with that in mind, we're going to want to fetch quickly and first, because in case they have Leonin Arbiter, it's fancy searching. And I'm also glad of this Renin 6. So, need to make sure we can cast Renin 6. Let's get this Ralgrin Triome, and then we need to get a Forest. Teferi's another excellent draw. Like, sometimes if you manage that on the play, go Renin 6 into Teferi, it's very, very strong. Right, so this can produce Mountain, so we need something that produces Forest. Annoyingly, I've messed up a little bit. I could get a Snow-Covered Forest, to be fair. No, they're probably a path deck, so I think leaving basics in my deck is good. So we'll buy back the Misty. Seigo. So now Renin 6 protects us against a Thalia. Just ping it. Whilst Teferi protects us against any other creature. So we're going to keep fetching. I think we will now go and get an island. I do think we want to reserve our life total. What are we worried about? So there, Yorion. This could just be some sort of control. I think we're just going to slam Teferi here. You know, we're not holding up anything. If it gets countered, it gets countered. It doesn't, so I think I'm just going to tick up. Then this kind of just protects us against any creature next turn. So it could be spirits, but I would have expected to see a spirit by now. It's blue-white something. Apparition's good. That'll deal with Teferi. Okay, Mana Leak's fine, so we'll tick up here, get back the Tarn, play the Tarn, and pass. We've got Cryptic up. We could Cryptic bounce. Should have thought about this when I didn't down tick, really. So we don't really know what this is. I'm tempted to do something with Cryptic, tap draw or whatever, because then Brennan 6 gets up to near alt. Depends if they play something first. Are we going to... no, we don't want to bounce this, because then it gives them time to... yeah, it gives them time to play it again and exile another thing, just to get the triome. So we're still not 100% sure what this is. Could be some sort of mid-range. That blue-white mid-range could be Stoneblade, could still be Spirits, I suppose. So they're thinking about something here. This Mana Leak could come in handy. And if they want to tap out for something here and then I can slam big Teferi, then I'm more than happy for that. Something big. Yeah, we're going to counter this. Okay, so this is... I mean, they could have Force, I suppose. Okay, so now we untap. Draw a Growth Spiral, so we can't do that on Teferi, so I'll just pick up my Scalding Tarn. Let's go and get... could get Sanctuary. Actually, that's very strong, isn't it? Island, island, island. Yeah, so we get Sanctuary. Put Mana Leak on top. Because then Teferi untaps 2 lands. Yeah. And my opponent's seen enough. So that was probably the best this deck can do. You know, turn 2 Renin 6, turn 3 Teferi, turn 4 big turn 2 Renin 6, turn 3 little Teferi, turn 4, you know, we countered something, we had Cryptic up, and then turn 5 slam big Tef. You know, that was just insane. Renin 6 is so good because it lets you hit all of your land drops. It kills creatures, and eventually it just wins the game. So yeah, super powerful Planeswalker. Right, so it's blue, but it's creature based, so I don't think we want Force. We're going to take that out. Engineered Explosives is a consideration. Verdict we definitely want. We want Mystical Dispute because it's a very cheap counter spell. So Veil Summer is possible. Don't want any of these, don't want any of these, don't want this, don't want Ashiok. Not going to bring that in, we've taken these out. So anything that kills creatures we're interested in, early cheap interaction we're interested in. Cryptic in this, gets hit by Spell Queller, which is a bit annoying. Veil of Summer doesn't do anything to Spell Queller. We saw Apparition. Kind of happy with this. Until we've got more info, I think we'll go with this. Yeah. Yeah, see what we get up to with this. Yeah, quite enjoying this deck today. Haven't really been keen on it. The trouble is everyone... I entered a Mythic qualifier the other day with Sultai, didn't do very well. A lot of people were on this deck. You know, it's clearly the deck of choice for a lot of people, and rightly so. But you know, you don't necessarily want to play mirrors for 9 rounds, or whatever. So yeah, not sure. There's a few I'm keen in testing. Stoneforge. Yeah, there's a few decks I'm keen on testing. I love 4-Color Shadow, and I saw Australia by the name of Control Freak managed to get 10th in a big tournament. over the weekend, so I'm keen to try that. That'll probably be my next video, trying his 4-color controlled 4-color shadow list. But yeah, back to this one. So I'm going to fetch now, get a breeding pool. I guess we could... No, we're not. So the options are Growth Spiral now, hope to draw Path to X, hope to draw Bolt, and Bolt the Stoneforge Mystic. Which actually I don't mind, because Mana Leak, they're not going to do anything next turn. The only risk is they play Mini Teferi. I'm actually going to Growth Spiral. I don't think they're likely to play anything next turn. I could be wrong. Well, we miss, but I think that was still fine. I don't hate the line, because I don't. I might be proved wrong. They slammed Teferi here, but yeah, I didn't see there being anything we really wanted to Mana Leak there. Now we get to hold up Mana Leak here. Path is interesting. Do we want to put anything on top? Probably not. Do I want to hold up Path? Probably yes. Do I want to hold up Mana Leak as well? Probably yes. So we'll go Temple Garden, shock it in, play Uro, immediately get the life back. Right, Batterskull looks a little silly when compared to Uro, but I think we'll put Mystic Sanctuary in here. We don't really want to draw Growth Spiral, but maybe I should have put that on and then we could have held up Growth Spiral now, but I think this is fine. I think I prefer to just hold up Mana Leak. We've got Bolt as well. So I could Bolt and then Path, which I don't mind. But how much do I care about bolting this, I suppose? Oh no, I can't Bolt and Path. I think we just hold. And then end of turn, I think we'll probably Path the Germ. Okay, attacking with both. How much is it to return this? 3 mana. So my opponent missing a land. So I'm going to Path the Germ. Yeah, I think we're going to Path the Germ. It gets another card in the graveyard for Uro. Maybe I should have done that before damage. Don't know, I think holding up Mana Leak's fine there. Opponent does have another land. So I think now we could Bolt Stoneforge, although the very fact that they didn't put anything in. Okay, so that would actually enable us to play Uro. Spell Coil is just so annoying. Although, so we go Uro for 4 mana, and then we can Mana Leak as well, and then put Feel the Dead in. Yeah, okay, that's what we're doing. So here we go. So we're gonna fetch. Need to make sure. So we got. I think it's just an island here. My life total was quite low. So island. So if we get an island, forest. So we can hold up Mana Leak. Yeah. Just get a normal island. Where's one island? Where's my snow-covered island? I'm sure I run more than one of those. Anyway, bit confused there. So we definitely haven't got any basic islands out, so we'll go and get an island. We'll cast Uro. Blue, blue, green, green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if this resolves, which I'm hoping it will, I'm expecting a spell queller here. No, it just resolves. It could be path. Yeah, we'll put a Field of the Dead onto the battlefield. Now the question is, if my opponent returns Batterskull, do I bolt this? No, I think that I don't care about Batterskull. I care about Venser, Path. I guess Path gets around Mana Leak anyway. But if all my opponent wants to do is flash in a Batterskull to block my Uro, I'm fine with that. Path would be annoying. It's not a path. Yeah, we're going to Mana Leak that. Annoying if I... Okay. I was going to say annoying if my opponent has Mystical Dispute. Uro just wins this game now. So this doesn't resolve. I see my opponent can't do anything. I attack. Slam to Fairy. Yeah, the game's just over. So that was a swift victory against blue-white Stoneblade. So yeah, quite a relief after the marathon before. But yeah, okay. See you back here for round number 5, going for the 4 and 1. Okay, here we are for round number 5. We're 3 and 1. It's a Lurus deck. We're on the draw. So is this going to be our enemy Hammer Time again? I think we'll keep. It's got a path for a creature. Bauble. Classic of Lurus decks. Don't think any Lurus decks don't run 4 Mishra's Bauble. Okay, so this is looking like Shadow. This is going to be a creature or Thoughtseize. It's a creature. Okay, so we wouldn't mind drawing Renan 6 now, I suppose. Mana Leak isn't too bad. Let's lead off with a Misty Rainforest. Yeah, we're not in the market to path this. Are we in the market to path this? Thoughtseize. I think we're in the market to path that now. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and path. Don't know if that's right, but we take less damage. They're probably going to take that anyway. Maybe that was loose. Bit annoying that we've been on the draw here, because Teferi next turn would have been great. This deck does seem to benefit a lot from being on the play. You know, they take Mana Leak. Maybe that was wrong. So probably should have let them take the Mana Leak and taken 3 damage. Taken 3 and then path the inevitable Scourge or Death Shadow. So if we can, well, we've got Teferi. Okay, just putting Lurus in their hand is fine. We get a good tempo play here. Okay, so I want to make sure we've got all my colours. We've got white there already, so we'll get Ketria. So this resets. That's a decent draw as well. So we'll just play a Forest. I'll play this to Fairy. Lurus is going to get annoying. But we've got a Jace next turn as well. Bit surprised my opponent didn't have anything else. Opponent hasn't got any lands either. They possibly have Death Shadows rotting in hand. Question is, I suppose, if we... So my opponent goes Lurus, Bauble, go. What do we do? That was a good draw for my opponent. So they're going to know what I'm drawing. Path. Okay. So I think we play the... We definitely need to get rid of this Lura, so we're definitely just pathing that. Do we just path it right now? I think we do. I think we're just going to try and run them out of basics. So I'm pathing now because some lists run Apostle's Blessing. Okay, so we're just going to do this right now. They're out of basic lands. Okay. So they might have... No, they haven't got any lands in hand, so they only run 3 basics. They find a land. So this could be a shadow. Thoughtseize is annoying. They probably take Jace. I could say... Well, I don't... No, I don't think they should take Cryptic there. But, well, either way, I guess. So we're going to get a good turn in now because we can play Flooded Strand. The only way this is bad is if they have Cling to Dust, but we can go Mystic Sanctuary, put Path to Exile on top. Yes. Play the Jace. Draw 3 cards. Well, there's some good ones. We'll put this, and so we're going to put Teferi on top because then it saves it from a Thoughtseize. And then we're going to path in their upkeep. Yeah, they have the bolt, which is a bit annoying. If they do something else now, it's going to path now. Yeah, it's path. And then we can actually, if we need to, we can get something back next turn. Yeah, okay, so this is fine. It's not ideal, but yeah, we know that there's a Teferi Time Raveler on the top. Opponent regassing. Okay, so this isn't the best. Let's see what we can do here. So we want to... Oh, we don't have enough planes. So we go to Teferi. Can we do this somehow? No. So we'd go to Teferi. I wanted to fetch, put Path on top. Might just have to take a random draw here first, because no point in putting Path on top first. There's nothing else to draw. I guess... Okay, let's go to Teferi. See what we get. We have to bounce the Scourge. Well, that's not great. Yeah, so we could field this. Stop them drawing. No, I think we have to go for this. Yeah, annoying that we didn't draw a spell there. And annoying that there was quite a lot of gas under my opponent's Bomat Courier. So they can make this a 5 if they want. Attacking me. Okay, I go to 3. Dead to a lightning bolt. So, okay. Not sure why my opponent didn't make this bigger. So, we're going to put Cryptic on top? Or do we put Path on top? We can't put Path on top. So, Mystic Sanctuary, put Cryptic Command on top. So we draw the Cryptic Command, play this, tick this up, say go. I tried this deck for a lot, seeing as I quite like Death Shadow decks, but wasn't that... It's just a little bit, I don't know, I didn't like it that much. So we need to go... We could tap Bounce, but I don't think that's very good. Tap or creature your opponent control. I think we just need to draw out of this here somehow. If we draw a Path... I mean, that definitely helps. I think could just have... Yeah, could just have Bolt here. That's unfortunate. Yeah. Oh, we would have been getting out of that. Yeah, we would have been getting out of that, because we would have made... Next turn we go, Fill the Dead, make a zombie. Uro, gain 3, make another zombie. Field of Ruin. You know, we potentially could have even escaped Uro next turn. Yeah, so that would have been close. My opponent could have always had Team of Battle Rage. Okay. Well, we were unlucky there a little bit, but we're going to put those in. We're going to put Engineered Explosives in. Definitely Celestial Purge. Lightning Bolt is not very good because Scourge and Shadows get too big for it. Force of Negation is nothing. You know, it's can get quite grindy. So I think Omnath is fine. I think that gains us life because it shrinks the Scourge. Renin 6. Yeah, we're definitely keeping Renin 6 in on the play. Let's cut yeah, we'll cut a Solitary Cryptic. Gust is not that great, I don't think. Our Promise is really good. Teferi's probably a bit slow. They're probably bringing in loads of Graveyard Hate, although Uro is one of the best things we can be doing. We don't want to find loads of Renin 6s. And I think we'll trim one of these as well. Yeah, let's go for that. Purge is obviously amazing. Path's really good, especially since they're only on 3 basics. Yeah, we're going to keep this. Can't see any reason why not. So yeah, we're just going to run out Engineered Explosives on turn 1. Save it from Thoughtseize. That's a Swift Spear. Not sure we care about that. Right, so I don't know. I think we Misty here. Give us the option. Option to path this. If my opponent is stuck on 1 mana, then this Engineered Explosives. I've been very impressed with Engineered Explosives recently in all the decks I play. It's just been really good. If this is a Scourge, I'll path the Scourge. Actually, no, I won't. This is interesting because if I go to 17 and draw an untapped land, that's annoying. I should have played Hallow Fountain. That was a mistake. If I don't hit a land, what do we do here? So I could, yeah, I should have played the Hallowed Fountain there. This could go and get green mana, but then if we just play Uro next turn, even a fetch land isn't good enough. So we could go fetch, path this, play Uro, which protects from further ones. I think it's correct. I don't think we can, because what untapped lands have we haven't got many. Yeah, so I think we're just going to go and get Temple Garden and use my mana to path. Yeah, that was a bit silly. We should have gone Hallow Fountain tapped, fetch a basic forest, and then Uro could have killed. Oh, we do need to be careful of Blood Moon. We do need to be very careful of Blood Moon. Did forget about that. Right, well that's interesting, because if they Blood Moon me next turn, that has the potential to just win. We've got basic island, so we can draw to Ether Gust. I think we're going to stick to the plan. Uro. Oh yeah, that's a good draw, because now we can... yeah, it's okay. If they go Blood Moon, we fetch an island. Annoyingly, this can't fetch basic plains. Soul Guide Lantern is a little bit annoying. Does die to engineered explosives. We kind of want to... if this is Blood Moon... Oh, Croxer. Croxer is kind of interesting, I suppose. I think we're just discarding Uro? Or do we want to... Yeah, we're going to discard... Well... Teferi's not doing anything here, is it? It's like... So Teferi bounce... It bounces this, draws us a card. It chokes him on mana It chokes them on mana next turn. If we discard Uro, they probably crack this. This gains us 3 life and draws a card, and we get to ramp. So I think we're just going to discard Teferi here. So go and get... We need red. Country of red? Forest Island Mountain. Yes, that's what we want. We've got enough white mana. Okay, so we're going to go Uro. If they can't Croxer next turn, I don't think. So we're going to Uro. Yeah, I think it's worth Uroing now. Okay, so this will draw us a card. Wouldn't mind... oh, Mystic Sanctuary. So that's not bad. So we can make them crack the Soul Guide now. Yeah, I think that's fine. Make them crack it rather than drawing a card. Yeah, so that's okay. And then we'll put... I think we'll put a... So if we put Field of the Dead on, it won't make a zombie. It's whether we want to make 2 zombies next turn, or if they play another Croxer. I think I'm just going to play Field of the Dead, because we don't... Yeah, because if I play Flow this turn and they play another Croxer, I have to discard Field of the Dead, which is not good. Okay. So the question is now... I think as long as this is only 2 damage, I'm going to just take it, because it stops them playing a Death Shadow. In fact, I don't think I even cracked this yet. Well, those are some fine draws. Yeah, so we'll go to Fairy. We'll bounce this, draw. Well, I think we play Omnath now because they could Croxa next turn. I don't want to have to discard it. So we got Plains, Island, Mountain. So we need Forest or Forest, Plains, Island, Mountain. So we could get. Let's get Breeding Pool. Yes. Makes another zombie. Yeah. Just don't want to discard this. Well, another Omnath isn't the worst. Opponent can't do anything at my end of turn. Looking like they've got a shadow. Thoughtseize. Sure. Take my other Omnath. Again, that's another reason to play it out. Escape Croxa isn't ideal. Yeah, Croxa's good here, but I've got blockers. Mana Leak is one of the worst draws I could have possibly drawn. I suppose it means I can discard it to Croxa and take no damage. I could block Croxa. I would like land there would have been ideal. Okay. So we pitch the Mana Leak. Now we can block this Croxa forever. We need to get up to Fairy really. Death Shadow. Okay, so now I think we crack this. Happy to crack there. Could do drawing something good here. Island gains me life. And it makes a zombie. That's fine. So that's going to gain me more life than we lose. I think this hits me for 9 is the trouble. I'm just going to attack with Omnath. I mean, there's a question about whether I attack with another zombie, but if my opponent goes removal spell, attack for 9, bolt, we don't want that to be a thing. We've got to Fairy up, able to bounce next turn. So my opponent's got 2 Swift Spears. Obviously been waiting on these until I used my engineered explosives. So I can see I'm going to block quite aggressively, I guess. My opponent is at 5 life. Okay, so my opponent Thoughtseizing going down to... this is going to be Team of Battle Rage, I think. Potentially. Team of Battle Rage will kill me here. That's very irritating. Oh no, they can't Team of Battle Rage now. Has my opponent forgotten about that? They can't do anything. Has my opponent... Either my opponent's forgotten about Teferi. Attacking... Are they all attacking Teferi? But then you just die on the crackback. Okay. So I go to 9. So... I mean, if I go block, block, bounce... Block, block... They could just... Their last card could be Bolt. Which is a bit sad, but then again, they're dead to a... Yeah, I think that's fine. Take no damage here. We've got very good draws off the top of my deck. Okay, they play another Shadow. So there's a lot of draws that just win me the game here. That is potentially one of them. Oh yeah, that just wins me the game. Because of Omnath's ability. So we're gonna bounce this, draw a card. Yeah, okay, so Hour of Promise. Get Field of the Dead and a Triome. And Omnath is going to win the game. We're going to make many zombies. Gain some life. Put another land onto the battlefield. Omnath domes them for 4. Okay, so they do have Croxer, so Soulguide Lantern is a consideration. Paths and Veils are fine. So let's bring in this and get rid of another Growth Spiral. Mana Leaks. What are we trying to Mana Leak, I suppose? Now that we're on the draw, Mana Leak gets a lot worse. So Ether Gust becomes a consideration in a Croxer world as well. On the draw to Fairy possibly gets less good. So on the Bowmap play, so what would we want to Ether Gust? Croxer, Swift Spear, I think are the only hits. I think we're going to take out Wrenn and 6 on the draw. I think it's too slow. Bring in Ether Gust and a Growth Spiral, maybe. Yeah, that Engineer Explosives on 1 did a lot of work there. So against a fast hand from my opponent, what has my opponent done? Kept 7. So against a very fast hand, we're in trouble with this. We haven't got any removal and we're relying on the Supreme Verdict getting there on turn 4, but I could well be dead by then. I think we have to mulligan. Oh, this is even worse, sadly. Mulligan again. Okay, so this is okay. We'll bottom a Cryptic because we're a long way off. And I think we have to bottom Omnath, which is annoying. Yeah, I don't know, that initial hand could have been good, but if this is a Thoughtseize, it's not. But oh, there's another Omnath. So yeah, I think we're going to go this. I think we will fetch. Don't really want to fetch Shock, so we'll get an island, and we will Engineer Explosives on 1 again. I think this is fine because it prevents my opponent just, Thoughtseize, Death Shadow. Like Scourge is pretty bad. Soulguide Lantern, sure. So, Soulguide Lantern. Oh, they're just drawing a card with it, which is that can only be good for me, one would imagine. Okay, so now that we've drawn the Growth Spiral, yeah, I think we're going to. Are we going to want to Growth Spiral this turn? Probably not. So I think we're going to Soul Guide. Get rid of your Bloodstained Mire, I guess. Oh, we should have got rid of the Soul Guide Lantern there for Lura's sake. Then we could just play this. No, I think we'll play this and pass. So I guess we have to be wary of Blood Moon again, but my opponent hasn't fetched aggressively for it. I'm happy to continue taking hits from this. Thoughtseize is annoying. I mean, happy to continue taking hits from this is a bit of a... Yeah, not very happy to take take it, but, you know, as long as it's not. So we'll just go to the end of turn. I could draw a card with that, but I don't think that's right. I think I'm just going to go and get the Triome. Death Shadow's fine. So we've got blue, we need green. What could we possibly want to draw? White. So we do need white mana in case we draw to Fairy. Does that get us green? It doesn't. Okay, so we need a green because we're going to cast Growth Spiral, so let's go and get the Triome. I guess we could have gone and got Temple Garden there. Okay, another Flooded Strand. I think we'll just play that. Like, it gives my opponent information, but we can then Growth Spiral and then crack Engineered Explosives. So we use 4 mana that turn. So we go fetch. What do we get? I think we just get another. No, it can't. It's not another island. It could be a plains. Yeah, we do need plains. Then we go Growth Spiral. No. We need another. We need another island of some sort. So go and get a Hallowed Fountain. You have to go to 10 for that. This blue, green. I think this is fine. Like Mystic Sanctuary can't get anything back is annoying. Oh, this, yeah, Dead to Kolaghan's command. Oh, I've misplayed. Ah, no. Oh, yeah, that was stupid. I've just thrown this away. Why do I always realise just after the fact? Yeah, that was real dumb there. Yeah. And now... pretty dead. Yeah, we're going to sacrifice that to draw a card now. Cryptic. Oh, can't believe I did that. Really. Yeah, that's pretty rough. I think we were winning that game. This game. So now we have to tap draw. Yeah, that was misplay, big misplay on my part. Omnath's fine. Fetch that would be good. Oh, Path to Exile. So we play this. Oh, we can't play this and Path. That draws a card though. So blue, white, red, green. So we could do the fetch land here. Oh, Hour of Promise. So now I block and just die. Yeah, that was a shame. That was a shame. I threw that game away because drawing those cards. Yeah, drawing. Yeah, oh, there we go. So, can I not go back and see the? Oh, return to game. There we go. So yeah, so my opponent wouldn't have had these two creatures. I would have drawn this. Would I? I just have loads more time, and then Hour of Promise, probably wins the game. So that's a shame. Just need to think. Just could have done with thinking about that. Need to get into my habit of, I like to think. Just stop and think. What can my opponent have? What do I lose to here? Because I was in a very good position there, I think. Yeah, just couldn't quite get there. But overall, I think the deck felt pretty good. I think it is probably, it's definitely one of the best, if not the best deck. Oh no, don't want that. Oh no, not looking at Pioneer either. There you go. So yeah, the deck felt good. The mana's sometimes a bit clunky, but it's not too bad if you get both the triomes. I was more on Omnath after it absolutely bodied the mirror. Yeah, I mean we cashed, which is good. Went 3 and 2. Would have been nice to get a 4 and 1. Think my misplay there with the engineered with the Colligan's command in the end. That was bad. I was trying to use my mana efficiently and ended up just blowing me out, which is annoying, but can't be helped. I think the deck was good. I think it needs a lot more. I think I need to practice a lot more with it before I attempt to take it through a tournament. I think mirrors are always going to be a nightmare because we saw in the mirror, I got that one turn where I went Omnath into land, into land, into Uro, into land. It killed all their planeswalkers, domed them for 4. I drew a billion cards. So yeah, Path has been a bit awkward against some of the aggressive decks. Ramping them on turn 1 is a bit awkward. Bolt, can be good, can be awful. I think Push is probably in a better position right now, but you can't play Push in this deck. Yeah, but I'm going to keep going. Thank you for watching if you made it this far. I sometimes stream on Twitch under the same name, NickBMTG, so definitely go and find me there. Let me know if there's, if you can't find it. Let me know if there's any decks in specific you want to see. Ones on my list to play to test are the 4-color Shadow list from the weekend, which I think looks sweet, and I really like playing Shadow. The Black-Green Rock deck from another sort of top 16, another big tournament a couple of days ago. Again, I really like Black-Green Rock. I want to test this deck more. I want to go back to Sultai. I want to try some different forms of control, Teamer, maybe. So yeah, let me know if there's any of those in specific you want to see me record, and I'll make an effort to do so. If you are enjoying this, please do like and subscribe my YouTube channel. It's been good to see a couple of people interacting with it. This will be my 3rd video now, so yeah, let me know if there's anything more or less you want to see. And yeah, until the next time, have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next video. Cheers.